My dear child, take time out to celebrate. You have learned how to make the most out of life. Sometimes we get so focused on where we are headed and that we forget where we are now. So we get so focused on how to get to that next level or what we are trying to accomplish next. And while that is perfectly lovely and exciting and even encouraged, make sure you take time out to celebrate how far you have come to. Celebrate every time you take a step forward. Celebrate all the times you have had to save your own life through art and love and hope and relentlessness. So you are so quick to bash yourself and self deprecate when you fail. Celebrate when you succeed with that same energy. So take a time to celebrate all your big and little wins you have had lately. Be proud of yourself and everything you have done. Maybe today take time to celebrate yourself, your progress and your growth. It is okay to see the best in yourself. It is okay to be proud of yourself. It is okay to think and speak highly of yourself. So it is okay, yes, you can be humble, but there is absolutely nothing wrong with acknowledging your own self too. It is a way of showing yourself gratitude for pushing, for not giving up, for being a bat. If nobody else celebrates with you or for you, be your own motivation, inspiration, and encouragement. So keep allowing your greatness to shine bright and never forget you are worthy, you are capable, and you are amazing. So now go book that ticket, write that book, create those dreams, but most importantly, trust your individual process, maintain a positive mindset, and celebrate yourself every step of the way. So when you hold the feeling of gratitude, it acts as a magical, open sesame to the floodgates of abundance. So couple that with a playful sense of detachment and you will find that miracles have an uncanny way of showing up in your life. Your intentions will burst forth into reality with little effort on your part. There is a hope overflowing with potentiality. So it is okay that you don't always trust this. You are not alone in holding the candle high for transformation. Right now, contemplate how being in the energy of enough makes you feel. So eventually, you will have no attachment to what you do or do not manifest in the material world, and what you do or do not have, then poof. So, like magic, you have more than enough. What an amazingly fascinating a universe we live in. So, dear child, know that if someone did not appreciate your presence, it is all about that person in your life who feels an incredible magnetic pull towards you. This connection is no ordinary one. It's like the universe conspired to bring you two together. They have an abundance of energy and stamina which makes them an unstoppable force. But here is the thing, they can also be quite stubborn and strong willed. They have mastered the art of hiding their true feelings behind a tough exterior. But deep down, there is a burning desire within them to be close to you. They find you absolutely irresistible and they can't help but be drawn towards you. So every day they pray and manifest for things to naturally improve between the two of you. They believe that fate has a bigger plan for your connection. So they could have a strong fire sign in their chart, arises Sagittarius or Leo. And these signs are known for their passion and intensity. Alternatively, they could also have Aquarius in their chart, which adds a unique blend of independence and innovation to their personality. But here is the exciting part, they know deep down that it is not over between the two of you. They are ready to take action and make a move towards you very soon. So they are just waiting for the right moment to reveal their true feelings and intentions. So the person you are in separation with is constantly daydreaming and fantasizing about you. So they are secretly obsessed and also want to take a leap of faith towards you, but at this point they could be indecisive. Perhaps they have had past failed relationship that has left them hurt and disappointed. So although they are giving it a closure and moving on for now, they want to go slow with you, even if it means just staying as a friends for now. So things will quickly level up once they gain the self-confidence to permanently give closer to the past. You both could even be living at a distance from each other. So dear souls, know that one thing is sure in this message, that there is a strong third party situation. Both of you can be known of each other from a very long time. For some of you, it could be a years long relationship also. And it is also possible that the third party come later or in your relationship and you were having a relationship with this person before onwards. So this person always knows that what they are getting from you is something they will never get from someone else in their entire life, no much how hard they try, and that is the reason. So they always have the thought of having you in their life at any cost. Clearly this person did many things for you which they never did for anyone in their life, even for their partner and family. So this is a very stubborn and egoistic person whom you are dealing with, but they are the best lover if we neglect the commitment side. Not only you, but this person also make you feel like heaven on this earth. They left you because of someone else clearly, but it is not the someone else love, it's someone else impression, someone else's responsibilities, someone else burden which makes them get separated from you forcefully, because by themselves they would never leave you for anyone or anything. This person is madly in love with you without any doubt. And if this reading is resonating with you, anyhow, you are a very lucky person to meet someone like them, because even if you are not together or even if they leave you, they never give you commitment, but they truly loved you. They love you with all their heart, and now also they are thinking about you. Obsessively, they are wishing your happiness. My child, know that joy is the one of the most amazing feelings in this world. Spirit is speaking loud and clear to let you know that you are most definitely in the frequency of creation. Your energy is uplifting and inspiring to all those around you. You spread joy everywhere you go. You truly are an inspiration, and you are manifesting beautiful things for yourself in the process. So stay on this beautiful high vibrational frequency. You are helping others just by being who you are. You have learned how to make the most out of life. Your energy and enthusiasm for life is exactly what the world needs. Stay in this beautiful state of joy, and things will just keep getting better and better. So it is easy to focus on all the things that we need to do and forget how much we have accomplished. You have worked so hard to get where you are. So you have done the inner work and taken the action steps required. If you have not reaped the rewards for all your hard work, you will soon. So take time out to celebrate. Things are about to shift for you. So you have come a long way on your journey today. Take time out to look at how far you have come and give yourself credit for all of the amazing accomplishments in your life. So today is a day of celebration. What are we celebrating? You ask. We are celebrating you. And the sun is out, the clouds are gone, and the birds are singing. There is a shift in the atmosphere. Can you feel it? So, before you can begin to understand the process of manifesting your desire, you need to practice deep gratitude and the willingness to share that with others. This is the true nature of prosperity. It is not about the things you accumulate at all, it's about how you feel. You are invited to surrender to an important truth. There is always enough for you. There is enough time to do the things you need and desire to do, enough opportunities to express your talents and connect to your purpose, and enough magic circulating through the invisible world into the visible. Begin your day immersed in gratitude for everything you have and everything you can't yet see. The unmanifest, which begins with every breath you take. Know that you are enough and all your needs are being fulfilled. Even if you doubt this in some moments, no one's success can make you feel small. And comparing yourself to others never works. Your life is brimming with unique potential, so focus on that. So, my child, know that God is telling you today, with long life I will satisfy you. Your later years, my child, will be so much greater than your former years. All that you are doing now is not in vain. Your obedience does not go unnoticed, so stop working yourself up and focusing on all that you think is going wrong in your life and all that you do not have. Set your eyes on things that are above and not on this earth. Stop for a moment and worship me. Thanks me, shift your perspective. You are blessed going in and blessed coming out, and I got you. So exchange your heavy hurt for my peace right now and live your life as I work behind the scene. Nothing is too great for me to handle. So, the more flexible your life, the more clearly you will see the opportunities God puts in front of you. Be willing, adaptable, eyes open to what God has for you in each situation. So, not what you are looking for or expecting or planning for. You keep yourself stuck that way. When you drop your rigid attitude, rigid behavior, rigid expectations, God creates a flow to life with purpose and adventure. How happy are you when something unexpected happens? Remind yourself often to be flexible. God is behind it all, just go with it. So, if you focus on everyone's bad qualities, what they do wrong, you would not like anyone, and putting yourself on an island alone, cynical, is no way to live. So, everyone has stuff wrong, character, defects, issues, moods, and you included. The world's pretty dark if that is what you choose to see. So make it a practice to see the positive in everyone. Have a boundaries, don't be around those that are unhealthy, but still see the positive. So let God handle others' faults. You get to let go. Life is good when you see the good. As much as we afraid of endings, we must remind ourselves that endings can be beautiful too. Endings are safe, endings are a deep cleansing. Endings are an opportunity to begin something new. There is power in endings, there is too sure in endings, there is healing in endings, and there is truth in endings. So there is perspective in endings, and the reality is that an ending can be wherever you want it to be. I sincerely hope you decide to make your farewell as momentous and thrilling as concluding a wonderful book, watching the sun set magnificently, ringing in the new year, or simply collapsing into bed after a long day. We always tell ourselves that the people we love will be around forever until one day they are not anymore, and I know you are missing them right now. That it feels like a visceral ache deep within a part of yourself you did not know existed until the day you lost them. So today I hope you remember that they live on within you, not just in your heart, but in the way you infuse their care and kindness into everything you do, in the way you take risk knowing that tomorrow is not promised, and in the way you so courageously stay open to new possibilities even when you feel like you simply can't keep going, in the way you continue to love so fiercely and purely. So, despite knowing the terror and grief of loss, I hope you remember that even when you lose someone you love, the love you share lives on. Their love is always with you, and they are still with you. So, my child, know that. How do you know if someone loves you? Well, with them, it would not be some race for who can seem to care less. The silence of your phone will no longer torment you with question of what you did wrong. It will be easy and they will give you their time, and you will never be confused in how they feel. You will wonder why you spend so many years chasing after people who only give you parts of love, little fractions and pieces of it, when there are people in the world who are ready to let you have it all. So you will know they love you when you are lying in bed and go to get up to start your day, and they pull you in closer to them. So don't go, they will tell you, let us just stay here together. You will bore your friends with all the stories of how great they are, just like you always do. But this time there would not be a sad undercurrent of trying to win them over. This will be stories of afternoons spent at the park, and the flowers they brought you, and the texts they send you in the morning. Everything will finally be in the open. You don't have to worry if they will like your friends, because you know they will. So you don't have to avoid the subject of your family because they hope to meet them someday. Everything will be honest, and you would not worry that the inconvenience of your real life will get between the very precocious thing you have together. So they will want to be a part of it, meet every bit of it, because all of it is an extension of you. So they will remember your special days and be excited to see you and want to touch every bit of you a dozen times before you go to sleep. You would not be afraid to wake up looking messy and pale. So, because they filter you through the same lens that you give to them, even going to the grocery store will be a thrilling adventure. With them, you will have the privilege of seeing yourself the way they see you and understanding that in every way you think that they are wonderful, they feel the same. No guessing, no insecurity, just inspiration, passion, just warm, and that is how you know if someone loves you. So, my child, know that when your mental health is declining, that is not the time to scroll through your feed and compare yourself to others. That is not the time to believe every negative thought that crosses your mind like it is a factual and accurate. That is not the time to be hard on yourself for not being able to physically do basic things or have the energy to. When your mental health is declining, pause. So take a deep breath, realize what you are feeling is valid, and it is okay to be feeling that. When your mental health is declining, that is your body's way of powering down and saying, I need a moment right now, and in a world that moves too fast sometimes. In a world that adds pressure on sharing highlight reels in a world that sounds so loud, but no one is saying what you need to hear. Know this: everything you are feeling is normal. So, my child, know that you are moving from battle to breakthrough. God's plan for your life is always good, His ways are always right, and His love is always constant. The promises, blessings, and breakthroughs that Christ has for you never expire. Every day His mercies are new, and every day His grace is sufficient. We have never fallen so far off His path that we can't return to His love. As the prodigal son, we have a Father whose arms are open wide and His love complete us in His embrace. So don't allow these assaults from the enemy to steal your hope, for hope in Christ never disappoints. For we overcome the devil by the word of our testimony and the blood of the Lamb. The blood protects you, and testimony of God's grace in your life renders the enemy powerless. Stand and resist the enemy. Set your hope upon the Lord. Run into His presence and allow His love to defend you and His word to fight the battle for you. We are precious treasures according to His great plan. We are vessels He set aside for a special purpose. God wants to show His glory through us. He wants to use us to bring others to Himself. We are His representatives, His ambassadors here on earth. God makes His appeal to the world through us. It is not too much for God to ask us to dedicate every phase of our being to Him. In fact, that is exactly our worship and spiritual service. God wants us to offer ourselves as living sacrifices unto Him for His purpose and use. Consecrate yourself to God and be set apart and ready for any good work. So, dear God, Almighty Father, thank you for this new day. Father, I believe that I am what I am today because of your goodness and love for me. Thus, thank you for all that had been and for all that I would become in the future through your help. I know that you are not yet finished with me, and all the best things in my life are still ahead of me. So, Father, as I continue to journey on in this life, fill my heart with the fire of your Spirit and mercury that I may be able to reach my dream and put into reality my goals and hopes for my life and family. So bless me with strong body and will to help me carry out your plans for me, and that I would always seek to become a better version of myself in each day that comes into my life. Father, thank you for the gift of life. Father, I ask you to fill my heart with your divine light, strength, and hope. Your holy light will help me see that you are actively at work in me and that my life does still have a meaning and purpose amid my pains, attacks, and sufferings. Your strength will empower me to work my plan and goals, even the resources are little. The hope in my heart will enable me to see that all the best things in my life still ahead of me. Also, Father, hold me tenderly and embrace me tight. Never let go, even at times I tended to doubt your love for me. Lead me that I will always walk towards the path of healing, courage, and the actualizations of my dream. In Jesus' name, Amen. So, my child, know that for muscles to build, the fibers in the cells break down to give rise to stronger ones. A considerable effort is required to reshape your body. So, by first breaking down its current form, only then can you build it into something new. And this principle can also be applied to life. So, where transformation often involves dismantling old patterns to make a room for growth and improvement, experiencing prevalence is common, hence undergoing significant shifts in energy. So, such as becoming more mindful, protecting your peace, and setting boundaries for a more fulfilled life. While it may seem contradictory that positive changes could bring about seemingly negative outcomes, these growing pains are temporary and always prove worthwhile in the end. Individuals who prioritize their own needs after being people pleasures might first witness certain relationships falling apart. So, as your standard for how you choose to be treated raises, certain people would not make the cut, while the ultimate objective of establishing fulfilling relationship is achieved. The initial losses can feel devastating. So, all of life is an unfolding of who you are, and hard times can become milestones for the most remarkable transformation, but only if you are willing to let go of people, places, and versions of yourself as you grow. Attachment to who you were can keep you from becoming who you could be. Resisting the temporary pain of change means choosing a life of silent suffering. The quiet hum of never growing, never letting go, and not trusting what could be will slowly cause you to forget what is possible. Remain curious about what life has to show you about yourself. So continue to lean into discomfort and walk down the dark halls of your mind, fearlessly uncovering new rooms within your being. Continue to open new doors and be willing to lock old ones on your way out, and in the pain of growth and the bravery to let go. So you will find the keys to unlocking a future where you are wiser, stronger, and more fulfilled. Dear souls, know that. Fall in love with someone who chooses you, someone who fights for what you have when difficulty hangs heavy in the air. Someone who insists that you are stronger together, capable of beating the odds, capable of turning even the messiest parts of life into lesson instead of reasons to live. Fall in love with someone who is your calm place in a chaotic world, someone who builds your restless heart a safe space within their own. Fall in love with someone who loves you quietly, someone who takes the time to remember how you like your coffee in the morning, someone who just pick up on your energy because they have made the effort to dive into the depth of it. So fall in love with someone who pays attention, someone who reaches for your hand when you are having nightmare, someone who holds you a little tighter when the world tries to soften you. So fall in love with someone who cares enough to truly see you. Fall in love with someone who inspires you to be a better person. Someone who shows you the gardens within your soul where you only ever used to see cemeteries. Fall in love with someone who makes you believe in your goodness, someone who supports you, who relentlessly encourage your mind and your talent every moment. You question your purpose. Fall in love with someone who is proud of you. But most importantly, fall in love with someone who makes an effort that stretches far beyond poetic words or passive convenience. Fall in love with someone who genuinely fills your life with wonder and foundation and the kind of hope that spills out of you and into everything you do. Fall in love with someone who teaches you that love can be rediscovered, reimagined, and transformed into something that is honest and gracious and so for you that it feels like it was knit into your every cell before you even meet them. Fall in love with someone who shows you that it is okay to have a faith in the heart of another, that it is courageous to try for something. Just fall in love with someone who is both your safe place and your biggest adventure, and never forget that you can also be this person for yourself too. My child, know that the most valuable and non renewable resource we have is time, and as we age, it seems to go by faster and faster. And with times comes change. We change jobs, relocate, pick up new habits, and drop old habits, and the evolution of our personality and spirituality continuously expands and shifts. But for some reason, we will cling to the same people with no clear basis for the bond. Just because someone knows your mama, you went to school together, or you share a circle of friends, does not mean you have to maintain a connection with them energetically. Even though it is often regarded as a taboo topic, this goes for family too. While we don't actively choose family connections, we must remember that blood does not bind us to people, only conditioned thought patterns do. I don't encourage kicking people out of your life for the sake of it. Some may hold you in a very high regard, though you have outgrown them and their lifestyle. You can still maintain a level of closeness with old friends and family without sacrificing your time in a way that makes you feel resentful or depleted. Instead, just as you would audit others' area of your life, take a time to review who you spend time with and how they influence you. Then prioritize which relationships reciprocate the energy you bring to them. Also, be mindful of the feelings you conjure when they are around. So, vibe checks tell you a lot. Zoom out a little by becoming aware of the limited time you have in life so that you may treat it with more reverence and honor how you spend every hour. So, with this awareness, you are prone to attracting and fostering more meaningful, authentic, and compatible relationships. So, dear souls, know that before you try to love their brokenness and try to fix what you can't, I hope you read this. You can't fix people who are broken. You can't just decide to carry their hurt as if it was yours. You have to let people heal instead of trying to make them better. And you can't love a damaged person and expect them to love you with the same fire as you do. So I know you have a habit of fixing people with traumas that have shaken their soul, and it is not your job. You cannot love anyone into healing. You can respect their boundaries and watch them heal, or you can let them be the messiest they have ever been because you can't collect someone pieces and try to join them for them to be who they were before breaking apart. So I know you always try to make others see good. Even in their shitty days, you let yourself be everyone's punching bag. You fit into a void that in the end, it's just you alone. You fix people who always leave. I know it's tiring to fix things. I know it's tiring to the one who mends what is broken. But as much as you love broken people, learn to let them heal of their own. I am proud of your big hurt, but as much as you are trying to rescue the world, learn to protect your brave heart. So, dear souls, know that you are the person who always tries to be there for others. Know that you have one hell of a beautiful heart. You are a kind soul and you have the ability to calm down the chaos in people's mind. I know that it is because of people like you that we still believe that goodness still exists. You make people feel wanted. You acknowledge their pain that goes unnoticed by others. You make people feel loved and seen. You inspire them to be a better version of themselves. However, you also need to remember that you need to be kind to yourself too. That you too need rest, you too need love and care that you have always been showing upon others, and that it is okay to prioritize your well being over others. It is not selfish. Remind yourself that it is not possible to be always there for others. That it is not your responsibility to fix everything that goes wrong in someone's life, that you don't have to always be the shoulder for someone else to lean on, that you may not always be able to heal the broken hearts. And it is okay, you are a human too. It is okay to take a rest, ask for help. You need not always be the one to save others. So, dear souls, know that there is a decision making that perhaps push out of your comfort zone. Leap of faith, this will take you to the victory. This leap of faith is not necessary towards something, someone, but more likely towards yourself. Renewal in love is coming. You might unsure what is next, but the Spirit is telling you to listen to them and your own intuition because the answer you seek is within you. There might be something that scares you off, but be open to receiving. Have the confidence because the Fool is trying to tell you that the joy with surprises are coming. So make sure you are light packed though. So don't bring the past to the present or not future. And if you are feeling unsure about this person feeling, you can stop worrying now. Although they don't express it towards you, they find you very attractive. Perhaps some of you are dealing with your divine counterpart. They tend to act cool, deny everything because they think connected to emotion make them look weak. The energy is about to change their perspective, and it looks like your career and financial look promising here as long as you are not giving up. So there will be a new spark in your work placement, new opportunity. Things might look a bit slow or stagnant, but be ready. Buckle up because you are about the overwhelm with blessing and abundance here. And if you are thinking to shift job, it is a green light for you. So don't be afraid. When you're going through challenges in a relationship, you may be putting too much emphasis on the what if, and this can trigger and open past wounds. The power of fear can take over and make you lose control of the situation and the things that you need to do today to have a positive outcome. Release fear, and now is the time to make a peace with the past and release negativity. It may feel like a sacrifice, but when you focus on what your heart wants and not what your ego is bringing you to, you will find inner peace. Fear is an emotion, and yes, we all experience. This is the time to be strong and dig deep in your heart for the light, and it will encourage you to push forward and fight through obstacles. Surrender fear, let go of past old wounds, and start afresh. Have a trust and faith in God. Allow Him to lead your path. So, dear souls, know that. Pay attention to the recurring words, feelings, emojis that have been coming to you. Your counterpart is communicating with joy and trying to reach you. To make sure you are receiving their communication, go within and take some quiet time to calm your analytical mind. And when your mind is busy or you are congested energetically, your phone line with your twin flame can be occupied and block them from reaching you. Do make a note of what dreams you have had when you wake in the morning. Your twin flame will often seek to communicate with you through dreams. So go another way to get insight is to ask for a song or pay attention to what songs you have been hearing repeatedly, especially in your mind. So what is the first song that comes to mind right now? Another indication for this message is you have been wondering if your twin flame is receiving your messages. The answer is yes. Their higher self is always listening and aware of you, and their human self is also receiving indication of your messages either through feelings, images, dreams, songs, or repeating words in their mind. Someone knows they have a choice to make but are choosing to turn away from the choices, and they may be choosing between two people, two jobs, or just generally two different paths. So this person has a tendency to avoid decision since they have a wounded inner child who was maybe never allowed to make choices or whose voice was never listened to. So if this is you, then try not to avoid making this decision since you will continue to feel blocked until you do. Spend time connecting with your heart center so you know which choices feel right. And if this is someone connected to you, then you may be growing frustrated at their avoidance tactics. Remember that this is their crossroad and not yours, so you have to continue living your life. Divine Feminine, you may be learning through time to allow things to transform. You are done with holding on and feeling anxious in your life. So whatever is for you will be, and you trust this process unfolding. You also may be looking back on your post and going back to when you first spiritually awoken. You are lining things up that you may have not paid too much attention to before and seeing the synchronicity in your life. You may be met with feelings of not being enough and self-worth now. Deep sadness and longing as well for your divine masculine. Instead of allowing this to cause you to spiral, you are just observing this aspect of yourself. It may also be pushing you to want to reach out to your masculine and tell them truly how you feeling. You know that soon you will have a conversation about what you want in life, and you feel the truth needing to come forward. So, dear someone, know that I remember the many times my passion, purpose, and inner calling pulled me toward a new adventure. Sometimes it looks like writing something, music, or teaching. Each time something new, something that seemed a little too loud for my precious small town, a bit too progressive for others' perspective, and a little taboo for reserved beliefs. But none of those things were my own. The only things that truly ever belonged to me were my curiosities and my courage to follow them, never knowing what I would find. I risked ridicule to do things I believed in. Was I to allow that projection of other people's limitation to draw a box around my destiny, and was I to allow my fear of their judgment and criticism to lock me and throw away the key? Certainly not, no matter what you do for profession or fun. So, you are a divine creator of your experience. And do you paint your life with the many colors of your spirit, or do you work from a limited plated derived from someone else's rule and objectives? Encourage you to unleash your inner architect and design a life using the tools of bravery, courage, self belief, discovery, and authenticity. The magnificence you are capable of many intimidate those who don't recognize their own power and threaten those comfortable with boxes. But you are meant to craft momentum skyscrapers that burst through the limitations that the world attempts to place on your existence and head straight for the sky. You would not believe the view from up here. Putting yourself out there makes you vulnerable to attacks, but a little passionless effort existence to avoid others' judgment would be the greater tragedy. Rather than give fear and bitterness the power to silence you, let love keep your voice strong. Stay grounded in kindness and stay humble but unapologetic. Even when heckled, you don't need the approval of critics to live a life of purpose. Criticism is the price of impact, but the found is so much greater. Dear someone, know that. From the moment you left my life, I am continuously thinking about you. Yes, I know that this decision was mine to live our life separately. I walked away from you, and I give you so many reasons to walk away from me. But I never thought that it would be so hard to live without you. Just forget about happy life. I'm not able to breathe properly without you. I did not know earlier that you are important to me. Yes, I know that you are my soulmate. You make me feel complete, you make me feel happy, and I will not be happy with anyone. But I never know that you have come so important to me that without you, I can't live my life and I'm regretting my decision from that moment. I'm dying from inside without you, but I have to keep the poker face on for the world because no one will understand our connection, no one will understand my situation. And to be honest, I fear that if I share my true feelings with anyone, they can take advantage of it later because I'm not trusting anyone anymore. Everyone broke my heart every time except you. I know that I am in fault to trust someone else over you, but trust me when they show me their true color, it increase my love for you, it increase my respect for your love, for your loyalty. I'm badly missing you. I want you to be near me. I want to hold you. I want to kiss you. I'm just thinking about our past moment when I used to hold you so close to me that I could not took off my hand from you. I don't know about right wrong, but one thing I know that you are my life, you are my happiness, and I'm coming back to take you with me. I'm coming back to win you again. I love you so much and I miss you so much. Listen intently to what they have to say. Give advice only when they ask you to. Communicate openly. Express when you are hurt, upset, or disappointed by them. Learn their love language. Send them words of affirmations. I believe in you. Remember small details about them. Recommend them songs you think they would love. Ask about how was their day. Stay a bit longer when they are having a bad day. Hug them whenever you get the chance. Say when they are at the happiest. Say I love you when they are at the lowest. Don't hesitate to pour your heart. Let them know how much they mean to you in your life. Show that you care. We all need reassurance at times. Be empathic. When they are being vulnerable around you, hug them tightly afterwards. Apologize when you are at fault. Love them that you crave to be loved. My child, know that the truth is almost relationships can hurt just as much as real relationship because connection is not measured in time. When your heart connects with someone, it connects with someone. Sometimes that depth is fostered over years, and sometimes you crash into another human being, and despite only knowing them for a short collection of moments, you know that they are going to mean something to you. There are no rules, but the hardest lesson you will ever learn is that you would not always end up with those you feel something deep and meaningful with. Some chapters of our lives are full and dizzying in the best way with concentrate endings and so create closure. But some chapters each quickly, sometimes in the middle of the page, sometimes even before we are ready. What we don't often realize is that it's closer to because it is still an ending. So, when you are holding all of this hurt within you, when you are gripping at all of the way you could have loved someone beautifully and fully with every inch of your human heart, and if you had just been. Given the chance, remember that you want to be loved and chosen, not almost loved or almost chosen. If someone can't do that, you deserve to discover someone who can. Because the right person will be consistent, the right person will put forth the appropriate amount of effort, the right person will make everything feel easy and natural. Almost are not natural. You have all of this hope and all of this feeling, and you are trying to give it to someone who does not want to hold it. You are trying to convince someone that you are worthy of being chosen. But the right person will choose you, the right person will stay. Remind yourself that you deserve to feel like someone is excited to be with you, that someone is excited to commit to you. And dive into something concrete and foundational with you. You deserve someone who wants the same thing, someone who wants to meet all of your hope with action, someone who sees you. A soulmate is someone who helps heal you, not someone you need healing from. Love does not have to debate whether or not you should be together. Love does not leave you to look for signs that you should continue. Love does not make you question whether you are worth someone's time. Love does not leave you doubting your interest and your quirks and the little nonsense that make you who you are. Love does not make you feel as though you have to compete with someone else for it. Love does not make you prove that you are enough before you can receive it. It's not something we have to wonder, calculate. Those we love exist within our lives in real time. Love is when presence meets passion. Love is not something we should not healing from. Love itself is a healing force. My child, know that. That was always how pain was supposed to be. When pain first knocked on your door, you begged for pain to leave, you waited and hoped it would find another home to knock. You believed it would ignore you, and then eventually you wrestled with it. You told pain it was annoying and selfish and bitter. You wanted to live without pain, and no matter how hard you try, it chased you. It found you to some extent. It broke you. It broke your door. It bragged. It made a mess in your home. You sat in the corner just powerless and afraid. But as time went by, you learned how to live with it. You took a shower with it. You slept with it. You ate breakfast with it. And then you made sense of your relationship with pain. You had conversations. You had deep talks. You even cooked dinner for pain once or twice. That is when you realized pain made you see the world differently, and it taught you where growth comes from. It showed you life never had to be perfect to enjoy all it comes with. It helped you find love with a little more clarity, a little more peace and kindness. And a little more sincerity. Pain walked around your home showing your strength does not just come from any place, it comes from the life you lived, the dark place you have had to walk through. Pain lead you to a place of understanding. You meet yourself, found yourself, and picked up your pieces slowly, because that is the human experience of pain. It messy in ways but beautiful in so many ways. It's not worth giving up the feeling of pain to remain in a state of bliss. You appreciate happiness because you know what it is like to be hurt, so why would you give up what teaches you how to appreciate the good in life? Some of us are in the process of learning how to forgive, and that is always going to be messy. It is not easy to deal with grief, it is not easy to deal with shame, it is not a button you can switch on or off. Rather than let the grief and shame swallow your whole, take the time to process your pain, take the time to understand what is hurting you the most, take the time to accept what is gone and what was not pleasant. The life will teach you many things, but overcoming grief is a process that can't be taught by anyone else. You teach yourself what grief should feel like. If it is a hurting others, learn from it. Learn to accept that your grief should not speak for you. Your grief is not the ocean, you are the ocean, and the grief is simply that sometimes loses its way. So guide your wave, guide your grief, being the ocean that you are. Your maturity towards grief is bigger than you think. I hope you take care of your heart and that you let go of all the people who play with it, the ones who take advantage of you and your kindness and mistake it for weakness. I hope you learn your worth. I hope you take care of your heart and above all things, you learn to let go, that you continue to allow light into your life, that you make room to love, that you make room for the people who deserve to be in your life. You just might not know them yet. I hope you don't let the world make you become jaded. I know how difficult that can be when you have been through so much. Don't let all of the people who are reckless with the hurt of other convince you that your is not worthy of something beautiful. Something real, and you are soft hearted, you are rare, you let people in, you love with all you have, and you get taken advantage of for this. You try not to let it break you, but sometimes it sticks, sometimes it stings. You have your days where you just don't understand why you are never chosen. You wonder when things will get better. You question your heart, but please just hold on. You are stronger than anything, and that is trying to defeat you. And above all, you love the most, that is the power, and that is your strength. And if you keep being you, you will make it. Keep pushing, keep smiling, keep being who you are. The world needs your heart in this world. So it needs that beauty. Defend it, protect it, and never stop believing in its worth. The first time you fall in love after a heartbreak is different. There is no more butterflies or feeling ecstatic. You would not be excited. This time it feels like you are letting your guard down. You are showing your vulnerability and you are being a little careful with yourself. So, because when you had your heartbreak, you did not imagine that you will be sobbing in your sheets and dampening your pillow with tears. You did not imagine that losing someone would hurt that much. The first time you fall in love after a heartbreak, you will be afraid, you will be worried, you will have question making you doubt every step you make. Because you don't want to hurt yourself by opening up again, because this time you don't want to end up like the last time, you decided to give your world to someone. When you find someone who loves you, and you will be careful. So, because you are more aware of how love is, you are making sure that you are not the only one who is falling. Falling in love after having your heart broken is not easy. It takes so much to let your walls down, to let someone in, forgive yourself for not being able to love anyone while you were hurting. The next time you fall in love with someone, I hope you stop clinging to pain. I hope you remember to give yourself a chance to be happy. I hope you remember the lesson of your first heartbreak. And before you give your heart to someone else, I hope you heal from things you can't tell anyone about. So, the truth about chasing someone who does not want you is that even the best of you would not be enough, and you will be constantly struggling to catch their eye. You will forget about the things that give you peace, and you will forget about everyone who sees magic in your eyes. The worst part about chasing someone who does not want you is that you will constantly be pouring your love on someone who does not want it, and it is heartbreaking, it is tiring, and to be honest, it is not worth it when someone wants you and they will show you. They would not throw mixed signals to make you confused. They would not love you one day and turn their backs on you the next day. The worst thing about chasing someone who does not want you is that they will make you hate yourself slowly. You will start the self loath, something you will cry for not having certain qualities. But most nights you will cry for being you, and no matter how much people tell you that you are enough, you will never believe it. Because you are used to depriving yourself of the love you have been giving to this human. It is not your fault that they don't want you, it is their loss that they have lost you. Sometimes you have to understand that it's okay if you can't have this person. You have to learn to wish them well and let them go, because love is not a cage. You don't have to hold on to someone presence to feel whole. Someone presence is not always gonna be permanent. You can't attach your entire existence to there. Don't place your entire world in somebody's hands who has no intention of holding you together, because when they drop you down, it's gonna hurt really bad. I hope you realize this before it's too late. I know you still think of them from time to time and how it would have been better in another world, in another dimension. I know they still cross your mind and it takes you feel like you will never feel this type of love. You still think if they have found someone else, if they make them happier than you, and if they still think of you when someone else hold them. I know sometimes it feels like you are going to be in this pain forever and they will never look back to see what they left behind. I hope you are gentle on yourself because they choose to leave. I hope you remind yourself that you can't make anyone choose you if you don't want to. I hope you forgive yourself for the endless time you tried to fix them while your soul was shaking. I hope you forgive them for not knowing how to love you when all you wanted was someone to hold you still on days that you think of them. I hope you remind yourself that it is okay to have memories of them, the good and the bad. It is okay if they made you feel things. Tell yourself that it is okay if you miss them, but as you miss them, remind yourself that there will be days that will be full of life. Remind yourself that you will grow through it, and one day your heart will stop mentioning their name. I don't know what you are going through, but you are going to get through it. You are going to get through whatever you are going through. I hope you fight for yourself when no one else does, and I hope you know you are worthy of your wildest dreams. You are someone worth fighting for. Keep going. Do the justice when you cast your vote in the Supreme Court room. Remember the women you are affecting, the lives you are altering. Remember their name, their spirits, their cries for justice and family. And if you revoke what has been fought for centuries and cement the war over our bodies, there will be no forgiveness. Rest assured, if you overturn, make no mistake, there will be hell to pay if our choice to decide gets taken away. We would not forget the day that you tried to infringe on our human rights, so tread carefully because this will be your legacy to the justice. We would not forget this. It is terrifying that I will never see the old version of me again, yet it is thrilling that she is gone along with your remembrance. We used to be golden treasure just waiting to be polished for the whole world to bear witness. But over the years, our jewels have tarnished, transformed to ancient relics overnight. Now we are collecting dust on empathy, selves. We are wasted potential, but your name is forever engraved. It's been so long, my love, since I have worn a crown of deadlines in the spring. It's been so long since I was careless enough to let the clouds catch me in a daydream. It's been so long since I have danced without the flicker of your sunlight smile haunting me every step. It's been too long since I have lived solely for me, and I'm done holding on to the crushing weight of your memory. I want to move on. I want soft summer wings to carry me from this place of agony. So, Almighty Father, thank you for this day. Father, I place my life, my family, my goals, my fears, my future into your hands. I come to you, Father, because I know that you will always welcome and listen to me. You will never turn down your face to anyone who comes to you for guidance, forgiveness, and strength. Also, Father, please constantly cover your warm hands on me, especially when I feel anxious and worrying over my health, finances, career, lifelong championship, and overall my future security. I ask you, Father, to let your divine light and power flow in my whole being. So I will keep believing and trusting in your faithfulness and generosity towards my family and me. In Jesus' name, Amen. Almighty Father, thank you for this new day. Father, I entrust my life into your guiding and protective hands. Be with me and always at work in me. Father, entrusting my life to you is the best thing that I can do for myself because you are the owner of my life and you know all the things inside my heart, my fear, my insecurities, my secret, and my deepest desire. Father, I also lift up to you my plan and goals for my life and my family. Please help me put them all into realities. Give me the strength and persistence that I may not easily dishearten when things do not immediately turn out the way I expected them to happen. Help me to see that everything happened for a reason and purpose. In Jesus' name, Amen. Father, I also lift up you to my plan and goals for my life and my family. So, my child, know that. I hope you learn how to let go of everyone's opinion of your life because there is no universally correct way to live a life that is solely your own. Every human being has different goals and different views as to what happiness is. People will judge you, the world will try to change you, but if you allow for that to utter your part, you are going to end up living someone's life. Make your life your own. I hope you learn how to let go of your tendency to favor being cool over being connected. We often protect ourselves from seeming too eager or too interested. So we hold our feelings back because we don't want to seem overly emotional or tender. We silence our instincts, bankrupt our souls, and at the end of the day, we feel alone. Remember, there is nothing wrong with vulnerability, with being human, with unhinging your ribcage and sharing your heart with this world. Remember, there is beauty to be found in being the person who cares, so care. So, hope you learn how to let go of a love that would not love you back because you deserve to be chosen. And the truth is, there are so many breaking people in this world who will choose you. People who have the potential to create within you something that is foundational, something that drives and inspires you to be a better person. Open yourself up to them, defend the kind of love you deserve. But most of all, I hope you learn how to let go of the ideas that it is too late. It is never too late to change your life. It is never too late to become the person you have always hoped you could be, or to love the way you have always wanted to love. We often forget that we are not bound by our past. We don't have to be who we were a year ago. We don't have to make the same mistake we did when we were younger. We can want different things, we can grow. We have to believe that we are never too old, never too judged, and never too broken to take our first step towards change. We wake up every single day with the ability to start fresh, and it is never too late to take advantage of that. It is never too late. My child, know that gaslighting happens so quickly that it can be easy to miss. Unfortunately, if you are dealing with someone who refuses to take responsibility for their action, it can be commonplace to convince you everything that happens is your fault. Yet naturally they come up with all the right words as soon as you are prepared to walk away, or Ross put the entire failure of the relationship on you. This is an incredible strength even when it's used against you. Never let a cold heart smother you warm, but be discerning in your extend grace true. And having the courage to call out poor behavior, demand someone be accountable is tough, especially if you have non confrontational tendencies. But what happen if you don't is for Ross and leads to you becoming a martyr for the relationship and enabling their action, encouraging others to be better is one of the greatest demonstration of love. You not only show self-respect and create healthy boundaries. It's one thing for someone to make a mistake, but if pattern indicates consistent stonewalling, manipulation, blame, and gaslighting, you will limit their healing and your own by staying around. It would be very hard for someone to recognize their poor behavior if they still receive demonstration of affection, time, and tolerance despite how they treat you. Enabling unhealthy patterns does not stem from love but fear and attachment. Continue to embrace and exercise self love. Embrace growth, and the universe will respond by aligning you with those who are self aware and treat you with love and respect. Your inherent worth is immeasurable. Don't let unhealed people convince you otherwise. Dear God, Holy Lord, Creator of all things, who has commanded our obedience to your commandments as a sign of our love, look with mercy. I pray on the sins I have this day committed. And in Mercury make me feel them deeply, that my repentance may be sincere and my resolution against them steadfast. Teach me to understand the sinfulness, bring to my knowledge every fault of character and every evil habit in which I have indulged to the discomfort of my fellow creature and the danger of my own soul. May I now and every day consider how my time has been spent, what have been my prevailing thoughts, words, and actions, and how I might acquit myself of evil. Have I thought irreverently of you? Have I disobeyed your commandments, neglected unknown duty? Or willingly given pain to another? Incline me to ask my heart this question, O Lord, and save me from deceiving myself by pride or vanity. I add my voice to countless million of others in thanks, in praise, and in awe of your sacrifice for us. Help me, dear Lord, to dedicate these few moments to you completely. You have taught us that we may dwell with you even while we are caught in this difficult world, and I pray to dwell with you fully now. Guard me against wandering of mind and the intrusion of mundane thought. To lust for power and the vanities of the world or any of the myriad temptations that might me in the course of life. So, dear child, note it. There are tremendous benefit of gratitude. In fact, gratitude research shows that thankfulness has the strongest link to mental health and physical well-being of any of the 30 most commonly studied personality traits. And it can actually have a causal effects on our well-being. In the gratitude research demonstrate what the Bible has taught for thousands of years. Learn to be thankful and you will be healthier and happier in mind and body, and you will be blessing to others. Expressions of gratitude done in a spirit of genuine appreciation, faith, generosity, and above all, love for Christ will bless us in all the way described above and many more. The most wonderful expression of gratitude is to thank God for God. This is often missed. The one thing we can be thankful for any time, in good times and bad times, is the presence of the risen Christ in our lives and the joy of being part of the kingdom of the heavens with Him. Of all the blessings that we might be thankful for, the one that far and away surpasses them is the blessing of knowing God through and Jesus Christ and helping others know Him too. We joy in Jesus, we joy in honoring Him, we joy in serving Him. Our circumstances may be difficult or disappointing and may be difficult. Our visible blessings may come and go, but the blessings of God and His love for us will never go away. Experience of gratitude done in a spirit, genuine appreciation, faith, generosity, and bless us. So, friend, as we celebrate Thanksgiving this week, let's be people who seek the giver, not just his gift. My child, know that. The waiting room is becoming the birthing room. It's time for the new to be born. You are overdue a good breakthrough. You have been pregnant with promise for too long, and now it's time to actually hold the promise you treasure in your heart. Prepare for the final stretch and push its time. What you see as dead and delay and deny, I am birthing something new inside. The faithful ones like Mary are going into a sudden forward acceleration. From showing zero signs of the promise, from being hidden to the sudden breakthrough of promise all around. For as soon as Zion was in labor, she brought forth her children. Shall I bring to the point of birth and not cause to bring forth, says the Lord? Shall I, who choose cause to bring forth, shut the womb, says your God? Rejoice with Jerusalem and be glad for her. All you who love her, rejoice with her in joy. All who you mourn over her. It's time today to let God lift the spirit of heaviness, lift off. Sometimes that means wildly pressing it off in your car, in your room. Whatever you and God alone, dance it off, even if it feels crazy. Sometimes you have to get a little violent with the heaviness and use your God is giving you clothes of praise for a spirit of heaviness. He is breaking the heavy yoke, those burdens we have been trying to carry around on your own. So we pray, Lord, we invite you to remove the heaviness, the weight that gotten too much. We are not entering a time of celebration with the feast of tabernacles. This is a time to remember how the Israelis dwell in tents in the wilderness. So during this time, we can celebrate that the wilderness season is not forever. A shift is coming. We will cross the threshold from the wilderness into the promised land. We can't take the old into the new. Dear souls, know that. Dive deep into the core of your emotional world where a special alchemy lies hidden. Surrender completely to the magic of your feelings and discover deep within you an irreplaceable creative light that is ready to create beauty. The time has come to take control of your emotions, but without building walls or imposing limitations. Bring calm and serenity to your innermost feelings. so that you can find and make use of the magic that lies within. Once you have brought calm into this world and mastered it, allow your feelings to govern your soul path, sense this path and feel it, then follow it, and as it is the path of your heart. The path of your pure feelings, surrender completely to life and to the creativity deep within you. Use your imagination, be expressive, dance and sing, laugh and play, and the path of the soul is the path of the heart too. It lies in a dimension that our minds is unable to comprehend. It has been far too long since you gave yourself to the romance of life. Your mind, your sensible side, is always fighting against it. Listen to your soul, became the queen of the roses. Only then will you recognize its true color and radiance. Only then will you be attractive to all that you want to attract. Then your innermost magic will unfold silently, like the scent of a rose that is both entrancing and healing. So make a conscious decision and act upon it day by day. You will see how your life becomes richer, more radiant, and easier. The answer that you are seeking involves going to school. This message guides you to return to school to further your education and gain new skills related to your dream and career. The angels assure you that the timing is ideal for you to take this leap and that it's part of your divine life mission, and you will also find joy in learning about your beloved profession. And you deserve this happiness. It's part of your loving self care. Your educational path will inspire others to follow their own intuitive path as well. For a new, this also signals that your soul longs to teach a classroom setting. Helping young people develop their mind and acquire skill is a vital profession. One that the angels are happy to support. Ask them for guidance about your teaching pathway, and they will guide every aspect of it. So, from their higher perspective, the angels know which avenue is best suited to you and your talents. They will guide you to ideal teaching situation. So, dear souls, know that the world is full of endless possibilities, and as one door closes, another can open. But don't limit yourself that this is the only possibility available to you by seeing an open door. There are many possibilities opening up somewhere. You might not see that there is a door ajar just waiting for you to notice, and you may find other openings where you would not expect, just asking you to step inside and explore. Don't rush into deciding what happened next. Be open to exploring and finding out about the opportunities that are there for you. But remember, not all of them will be the right one to step into fully. Get all the information you need, make sure it aligns with you and the path you feel you should take before you commit. And don't commit yourself to a laser option just because it is there at that time. You may just need to hold on just a little longer for the option you dream of being ready for you to step into. The world is as limited as you choose to see it. There are always other routes and other doors that can lead to what you dream for. So, dear souls, know the divine masculine needed to be sent into the wilderness by the divine feminine. All was not well in the connection. Things had become very one sided, and the masculine had stopped listening to source. He had fallen to temptation rather than have a faith in the guidance he was receiving. He could not trust. He had become so conditioned here on earth to material things, physical things, and the spiritual things had taken a back seat. He tried to find his way back to his true self and was doing well, but when faced with tests to see if he was ready for divine love with his counterpart, he failed. Just as others before him have taken to the wilderness, so must the divine masculine. This will take as long as it takes, but that connection needed to be broken to force the masculine back to discovering his spiritual truth. The truth of his existence here at this time, the truth of his own mission, the truth of his role with his divine feminine. Each and every divine masculine has free will to choose the path they take. They each have it within them to rise above the material world and meet their higher selves, to stand in their divinity and follow their divine path. The task that was set was not, it also was not easy, and just as the divine feminine has fallen at a times and had setbacks, so can the divine masculine in their ascension journey. Don't blame yourself, divine feminine. This was not your fault. Whereas in the past you may have chased your divine masculine or acted with negatives such as control and manipulation. You had learned new behavior and stood in your divinity. This greatly confused the divine masculine, who is only used to old paradigm behavior in relationships, but he can and will learn. Have a faith. This period of wilderness will decide how this play out. The divine feminine also has free will in this too. You both do. No soul is forced to continue. If they wish to take another path, you always decide. You always have those guiding you from the other realms who will help. Nothing can bog you down till you don't give up on yourself. I see someone here in their full power and stability, and that is what makes you different. I see someone getting anxious about a lot of things. But they have to go through this because this is exactly the fuel for ignition. There is some movement happening in your life. Say no to things that are not serving you any longer. Say no to others that are not matching your value, and don't feel guilty about it. By saying no to things that don't match your value, and you are only telling the universe what you desire to have. That is a good way, or in fact, the best way to communicate with the universe. I see you in a very empowered energy, which is what exactly is needed to make this happen. I see a situation unfolding for you, which is for your highest good. Whatever is happening right now is needed so that the heart chakra open up. This opening to love is needed to be able to identify your true self. You will experience a lot of memory flashes and at this stage, just because you are evolving. You are so much more in alignment now, unlike any other time before. This is all setting the stage for the life that is about to come now. Labels truly don't matter, but this is someone who you have had a very rocky road. The other person is now losing hope because they feel you may have found a soulmate, or there could be someone better out there for you. They are trying to realign themselves. But they feeling their faith dwindle. They want to come to you and explain that they are learned their lesson, but now they are. It's been too long and they spend a long time chasing the wrong things, and now they are realizing they may have lost you in the process. Their next step, they are going to reach out to explain that they still have feelings for you, even though the chance for a relationship. I see a raw and authentic message which they may heed send before they have finished writing it. Communication is coming, and it may surprise you. It may even surprise them with what they say. I don't think they expected to still love you. The high motivational energies continue with the chariot. It's where you need to stay focused, motivated, and energized to keep the momentum going and keep at it. So, self determination is important, and if you find yourself starting to get dragged, here is where you need to be like the chariot and run right over them. You are far more capable than you often realize. Some of you may even gain some acknowledgement from others today on. How wonderful you are doing, and may even start seeing you as a mentor and walk your talk and be open to teaching and guiding others. So, my child, know that you may be afraid, but you are brave and you are capable and you are ready and you are so much stronger and more powerful than you realize. You have this thing inside you, the limitless, infinite, incredible thing. Nothing about you is small. You are vast and expensive and immeasurable, and you matter, and your voice matters. This spark of magic you possess within yourself matters, and you may lose sight of it sometimes. But when you step away from the world outside and get really quiet, you can feel it, you sense it, and you know it's there even though you can't put it into words. There is something inside you, something immense and important and powerful. And deep within, you know there is a more out there in this world for you. You may be afraid, but I promise you have what it takes. You possess everything you need to follow your soul's calling. You are enough. Life happens, we get busy, we forget to answer, we are not always our best self. Sometimes we turn into months that turn into years. Sometimes it takes time for relationships to find their way again when each of you are better for each other. And sometimes that does not happen at all, and you find yourself thinking about the past and the person who was in it, but you have to move on. Regardless of how much time passes, the things we do or don't be right. Always say something before time really does run out. A simple I have been thinking about you lately and miss you can open doors that were never really shut and locked to begin it. It was just the other person waiting for you to knock the whole time. Dear someone, when you see her again, I hope by then she would have healed. I hope by then she would have known that she is beautiful with or without anyone telling her. When you see her again, she would not be the girl you left. Insecurities would not be surrounding her. Melt down when her eyes meet yours. She spent trying to pursue her mind to forget you. You will notice how she smiles more often. You will notice that she has changed her dressing style, and that is when it will hit you hard. That is when you will realize that the void in your heart was always meant to be filled by her. That is when you will realize that it was her all along, and it will kill you to realize that you did not treat her right and she does not miss you anymore. That is when you will realize that some people are irreplaceable no matter what. The next time you see her, you will realize that she does not love you anymore. You will realize that she has become the best version of herself and she would not settle for someone who loves her during the day and leaves by the night. She's learned to fight when all she needed was to be protected. The next time your eyes meet hers, I hope she would have found her way back to herself. Type yes if you have faith and trust in God.